Hello my dear students, in this particular lecture we will be studying the different types of switches. In the last class we have studied single pole single throw switch. Now we will study the single pole double throw switch. So it is the next most complicated switch. It is abbreviated as SPDT. So the switch has only one movable element inside it, but it has three terminals outside. One terminal is connected to the battery, the other two connect to two separate circuits or loads. This means one load and the other can be connected to the battery depending on the position of the switch actuator. So some SPDT switches have three actuator positions: on, off and on. This is called a center of switch. So the off position is located at the center. So it controls one load in each of the on position and breaks both the circuits when the actuator is between. Some SPDT switches are at momentary on time. That means spring action. So let us see how an SPDT looks like. So this is an SPDT switch, that is single pole double throw switch. It is a single pole double throw switch. So you see there are 2 points over here. One may be the battery and one to the load. So let us study this particular switch with an example. So suppose you have a battery over here. Say the battery voltage is 10, V is equal to 10 volt, let us say. So now let us place the SPDT. So suppose here two load resistance are connected in each of these points. So suppose this is R is equal to 5, here it is R is equal to 10. What is the unit ohm? So suppose at this particular instant the switch is connected at position A. This is position B. So when it is at position A, what will be the value of current? I will be equal to, or I at position A will be equal to, this will be a series circuit, so it will be 10, and what will be the value of R? It should be equal to 10. That means it should be 1 ampere. So now when you are switching it to B position, the current will be, so this will be replaced by this. So now this will not be there, so the path will be like this. So now IB will be equal to, so it is 10 volt over here, and in the denominator you will have 5 ohm. So IB will be equal to 2 ampere. So it has two positions in the circuit, position A and position B. That means single pole, that means one switch is there. This is known as the pole arrangement, and throw is 2, double throw. This is the T number and this is the pole number. So pole is 1 and number of throws is 2. Here the number of pole is 1 and number of throws here is equal to 1. So it is single pole single throw. It is single pole double throw. Another is double pole single throw switch, that is known as double pole single throw switch. So it has two poles or two contactors, but the throw is single. So if you switch this off, they are interlinked, so they will be on at the same time. So number of pole here is equal to 2, and number of throws here is equal to 1, because not due to the two terminal but due to the number of contact times. So if you switch this, they will be on together, and if you just remove it or turn it in the off position, they will be off simultaneously together. So double pole single throw switch is the next in complexity to single pole double throw switch. So abbreviation is DPST. So this switch has two positions, one is on position and the other is off position. But unlike the SPST switch, it has two independent poles, each connected to its own circuit. So there are 4 terminals. So number of terminals is 4, 2 for each pole and the next 2 for the connecting terminals. So the double pole single throw is really 2 SPST switches in a common housing. This is the ideal analogy that you can make. So one DPST, that is equal to 2 into 1 SPST. That means 1 double pole single throw switch is equal to 2 single pole single throw switch. So it is used to operate 2 separate loads simultaneously. So here also we can take the help of an example. So suppose, let us say, you have say V equal to 5 volt over here, and here you have say V equal to 10 volt, say. So here the load resistance is 5 ohm, and here it is equal to say 10 ohm. So here what you do, you connect a double pole single throw switch. So when you connect them, these two circuits will be on simultaneously. There may be a requirement that the circuit A, which is the outer circuit, and circuit B, that is the inner circuit in this particular figure, there may be a requirement that these two circuits are needed to be operated simultaneously. So for this reason you need a DPST. So it is called a double pole single throw switch. So the next comes is the double pole double throw switch, which is known as a DPDT. It is the most complex among all the switches which are present over here. So here you see, here there are 6 terminals. So double pole, so P equal to 2, and one is this particular position and another is this particular position. So two positions are there. Here one position is there, that's why single throw. Here also one position is there, so here also single throw, sorry, double throw. Two positions are there. Here one position is there. So depending on the positions, the second D or P is abbreviated. So we will come, or we will cite this particular thing with the help of an example. Let us study the details of this particular switch first. So double pole double throw switches are the most complex of the common aftermarket switches. It is the most complex among all the aftermarket switches. So OEM switches, on the other hand, can become almost complex in function, but that is another matter. The DPST switch has two independent poles, each with two on positions. Actually, it's simply two separate SPDT switches. This is now another analogy. One DPDT is equal to 2 SPDT. This is another analogy that we can make. Actually, it is two separate SPDT switches in one particular housing. So they are electrically independent of each other, operated by one control actuator. So the DPDT switch has 6 terminals, 3 for each pole. So for each pole there are 3 terminals. So DPDT switches come in two designs: on, off, on, and also momentarily on, off, momentarily on. So on, off, on, and another is momentarily on, off, momentarily on. It comes in two designs. So all the switch types mentioned above, no matter how complex they are, they serve only to turn circuits on or off. Another type of switch is called single pole multiple throw switch, which allows you to select various settings on multiple speed devices such as heater, fan. The switch is wired because you need different speed ranges and different positions are required over there. Suppose the first speed level is 50 rpm, then you have 100 rpm, then you have 150 rpm, then 200, like this. So the number of positions will increase as the rpm number is increasing or the speed range is increasing. So for that you need single pole multiple throw switches. So if you see a fan, general fan, common fan, it has these positions: off, low, medium, high. So they are known as single pole multiple throw switch. So let us see the diagram of a DPDT switch. So you see, for one single pole you have 3 positions. So here this is one on, this is another on, and if it is in between it will be off. So for this also you have on, you have off here, and you have on this particular position. So this is the arrangement which you require. So the circuit which has been shown by a DPST circuit, which I have shown you already, if you just try to duplicate that circuit, or you make the circuit twice and you connect such a switching arrangement, it will become a DPDT circuit. It will be known as a DPDT circuit. So switch is later. First thing you have to realize, or the first thing you have to take note, that what is your requirement, because until and unless you understand the requirement of your circuit, you will never be understanding that what switch you will be requiring to operate that particular circuit. So at plan level A or the bottom plan level, you have to determine that what you are making, what circuit you are designing, how many configurations are there at different stages. So for each configuration, employ one particular switch position. So after that, depending on the linking of the circuits, interlinking of the circuits, you decide that what switch you are going to use in your automotive system. So this is all about the major types of switches that are used in an automobile. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.